That's where seconds really do count.
You only get one shot.
They fight fires.
Does he take some medications for that?
Run medical calls, and rescue. They are our local pride, Fresno City firefighters, with the motto, 4 minutes to excellence.
We're still a little over 5 minutes.
But as KC24 News discovered in this special assignment report, a severe shortage of staff, equipment, and trucks is preventing the department from reaching its goal.
Well, for us to get there in 4 minutes, we need enough apparatus throughout the city. We need enough people on each apparatus to do the job well, and we need the tools to do an excellent job.
I think a lot of lives could have been saved if we could have been there quicker.
To understand where the department is today, you have to know where it was. 20 years ago, there were 300 firefighters in the entire department. The city was much smaller.
Now we have less than 300 firefighters, and the city has grown to over 400,000 people.
There are 284 sworn firefighters today. And a truck company used to have 5 people on it. Now they have 3.
We are really, from a comparative standpoint, significantly understaffed.
OSHA regulations say for every 2 firefighters that go into a structure fire, a safety crew of 2 needs to be outside.
That puts a strain on our staffing.
So they have to wait for another truck to arrive when time is just as much the enemy as the flames. Fresno City Fire covers a 100 square mile radius. KC24 News was given exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the largest fire department in the Central Valley.
And we got a call.
Day 1, we visit Station 3, known as Chinatown. This station runs upward of 4,000 calls a year, the busiest in the fleet. They handle multiple fire calls a month, multiple medical runs a day, just like this one.
So just take it easy, we're gonna put a collar on you.
This station houses one of only 5 ladder trucks in the entire city. It's a specialized piece of equipment meant to handle everything from car accidents with the jaws of life to fire and medical calls. Captain Chuck Leach explains there aren't nearly enough trucks to handle the city's size.
We have 19 engines, 5 trucks. Typically for a city this size, you would see somewhere close to 29 or 30 fire engines and 7 or 8 trucks, maybe more. So we're maybe about 2/3 of where we should be for a city this size.
Does that scare you when you go and try to do your job?
Doesn't scare us, it makes us cautious.
Being cautious is their job, and it starts with every shift change for an engineer like A.J. Milredes. He does a visual and system check of the truck to make sure that everything is up and running, but not nearly as often as he would like.
I can't get under there and check the brakes when I first get to work. If we have a problem with them out in the public, now we're moving 79,000 pounds and we can't stop. We can hit somebody at an intersection, whatever. I mean, that could be life safety.
Just one danger we found. With the amount of service calls the station runs and a depleted staff, it was revealed to KC24 that 25% of the time, engine checks might not get done.
Is 25% a large amount, by your opinion?
Well, that's 25% of every 3rd day. So if it's 25% of every day, that's 8 days a month where you're interrupted. I mean, it only takes one time to have a problem go wrong.
So KC24 News talked with Jim Oates, the maintenance supervisor, to see just how serious the situation has become.
The average, they say, is should have 1 mechanic for every 5 apparatus. Right now I'm running 1 mechanic for every 9 pieces of apparatus. So that puts me way behind. I'm 3 months behind on my normal PM service. So that means I could have some more vehicles start breaking down that don't get the attention they need.
We found the oldest fire truck in use, a reserve, going back to 1978. But old trucks aren't the only things KC24 found.
Our building here is so archaic and so old, outdated. You can see the crack in the wall up there above the window where the building is, actually the wall is falling away from the building, so they put a brace in all the way down the length of the building to secure it, to keep that wall from falling over.
Our supply clerk, who's basically shoved in a closet and has stuff stacked all over her, she doesn't have heating or air conditioning in her office. They look at our training tower and they're like, wow, this is a great tower. Back in the 50s.
Hey, there's a roof there, and if you go stepping on it, you could go right through. So
we did find that training for Fresno City firefighters is second to none, according to Captain Chuck O'Mara. The Assistant Training and Safety Officer says that it's one of the best programs in the country.
Right now we have an incredibly young department, which is both exciting and scary at the same time.
Captain O'Mara is one of only 2 officers available to update training for 284 firefighters.
It's very nerve-wracking right now. You hear the tones go off and you're like, okay, let's see if we did our job as the training division to make sure that these guys are going to come back. We have brand new captains that are in the positions. Our budget is currently, we're in limbo right now. It's towards the end of the year and everything runs short, but normally we have engineers academies where we train these people for a week, actual hands-on pumping, actual hands-on driving, and that's been cut this year.
All of this factors into an insurance rating called ISO. A 1 to 4 rank is assigned to fire departments nationwide. In the late 1980s, Fresno City was number 1. KC24 News has learned that we are now ranked number 4, the worst possible rating, not only putting public safety at risk, but hurting our local economy. Fire Chief Randy Brugman.
When you go from a 1 to a 4, we're paying higher insurance rates, especially on our commercial occupancies. And that has a direct impact on companies that are looking to relocate into Fresno.